a chance to shout out the sponsors again. Of course, West Legal is sponsoring both tracks here at Flat Track Fever this year. A huge, huge thank you to them. Penalty boxes by Genuine, Pivot Line by WFTDI Canada, and the Jam Line by Full Mobility Chiropractic.
Up on that jam line, we've got Miss Fortinet skating from Team Northern BC, and it looks like that is Shark for Team Ontario. Yeah, no. Yeah, fair enough.
Jumping into Jam 2, we've got Shark for Team Ontario against Miss Fortinet for Team Northern BC.
Big hit by number 44, Ancree. And Miss Fortinet is out as lead jammer for Team Northern BC. Shark being held at the front by the Northern BC wall. Miss Fortinet coming around to the back wall from Team Ontario. Breaking up a little bit.
Trying to find a way through the blockers.
Shark being taken all the way to the back. Ooh, and a quick inside pass. They are free to score points.
Miss Fortinet calling it after snagging another 4.
Think she might have scored less than that, but I guess we'll find out. It looks like they won the official review, but I don't know what it was about. Another jam off to a quick start. Let's see who's jamming.
Nerdy Birdie and Wheel Deal.
Nice. Team Ontario lead. This is the first Team Ontario lead of the game. And a forearm being called on general discomfort. Team Northern BC jammer out to score points. They are not lead, so Team Ontario calls off the jam.
Jamming this next round, we've got MX Suralot for Team Ontario and Left Hook Lola for Team Northern BC.
5 seconds being called. I've noticed for most of these jams, both teams have started up at the pivot line and then run back. And sometimes you see that, sometimes you don't, but it's been pretty consistent. So that's fun. Left Hook Lola fighting through the Team Ontario wall at the front. Looking like a lot of recycling is happening.
Ooh, MX Suralot breaking through for lead jam. 2 in a row for Team Ontario.
Sorry, not sorry. Holding the pivot back. It looks like there's been a pass, jammer pass. Yep, the cap has been passed. Your new jammer is General Carnage.
Both jammers getting held up in the pack.
But hey, both of them are scoring points. All right, mixed her a lot through with another 4 as General Carnage is still stuck in that pack. Oh, just as I said that, she's out. 4 points for Northern BC. Little tap by Panda in the back. As Mixer-a-Lot is through for another 4. Big jam for Team Ontario so far.
Opportunity to close that gap.
Ooh. Slow wall in the front for Team Ontario. Mixer-a-Lot, big hit to Ancree. And through for another 4.
12.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh my God, I'm losing words.
I haven't seen one.
On the line for this next jam, that looks like it is Are Ya Ready next to January. Are Ya Ready out for quick lead, coming to get score points as January still fighting through. And that is Pasmashio, last line of defense. And now it's, oh, I can't see who that is. Number 6, 5, Tyrannosaurus Rex. Last ditch hit, did not work. Arya calling off the jam. One of my favorite hits is the last ditch hit. Works about 50% of the time, but when it works, it's fantastic. This is a timeout being called by Team Northern BC. So let's remind everyone about those sponsors that we have today. Our jam line sponsor is Full Mobility Chiropractic. Full Mobility Chiropractic is run by our very own Brad Ass, who plays for both Chinook and coaches for Calgary Roller Derby. Pivot Line is sponsored by WFTDI Canada. Penalty boxes sponsored by Genuine, and both tracks sponsored by West Legal.
And another chance to remind you, you can still get your raffle tickets, $2 donation. Tickets can be collected over at the Chinook City merch table. Current prizes you can enter for are the Callaway Park 4 general admission tickets and 2 different prizes from Creepy Creatures Canada. You can get the Lucky Bear or a lovely painting.
That rolling whistle signals the end of the timeout as Miss Fortinet and Shark line up on the jam line. Again, both teams starting up at the pivot line, rolling back at the whistle. And Shark already on the ground. Big pileup on the outside line. And Hank drawing everyone back, including Miss Fortinet, having to start all the way at the back of the pack.
Miss Fortinet finding a way through. Same with Shark.
Both teams eligible for points. Miss Fortinet, quick call off after scoring all 4, I think. Yep, all 4. I don't know if folks on the stream can see, but Team Northern BC has a giraffe on a stick, perhaps? Unicorn?
Unicorn.
I've been corrected. It is a unicorn.
Not a hobby horse, a hobby unicorn.
So true. And I love that. I just wanted to point that out. 5 seconds being called.
Next jam featuring Nerdy Birdie and Wheel Deal.
Have we seen either of these jammers?
We've seen Nerdy Birdie.
Nerdy Birdie. Okay, that's what I thought. But Wheel Deal, I think might have gotten the
Both jammers
cat
making
pass.
it through, but Nerdy Birdie taking the lead. The pack moving around the track.
Birdie calling for her team to get up to the front of the pack and a quick call off. That's 2 points for Team Ontario, 2 points for Northern BC. Oh, 3. 3 points. Oh, I didn't see that thumb.
23-point spread so far with 21 minutes left in the first half.
On the jam line next, we've got Mixer a lot and Left Hook Lola. We've seen both of these jammers, I think. I thought it was mixed, but I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm saying wrong. No. Wow. Tough pack to fight through. I'm just watching. I love watching Derby and not saying anything about Derby.
It's easy to get lost in the action, but it's our job to say things about Derby.
It really is. All right, Mixer a lot out with lead as Left Hook Lola, big hit to the inside line, getting pushed through by her own players, trying to tiptoe along the outside. Things were being yelled, but I don't think it had anything to do with the game, and that's okay. Mixer a lot, big impact on in the front of the pack, trying to fight through the Northern BC wall. Looks like they've really locked it down. And left hook Lola trying to fight through the back. This pack is slow.
All mashed up. Lola getting pushed out.
And Lola has the jammer cap off of their head. And just like I said before, that means they can pass it to their pivot if they so choose. They don't have to, but if they so choose. Some offense played by number 65, Tyrannosaurus Rex. To no avail. Both jammers stuck in this pack.
The whole pack just slowly moving around the track.
And Mixer a lot through for points. It looks like that last pass took a toll. Left hook Lola also through, now eligible to score points.
Running down the whole jam.
Wow. Hard fought by both teams.
A lot of elbows.
What? Huh?
Next up, we have January and Aria Reddy.
Northern BC lining up all along the outside line and only moving after 5 seconds. That's a fun little start. Haven't seen that before. Are you ready? Pushing through that Team Ontario wall, but Team Ontario holding her down and knocked to the inside line. January fighting through the front.
Whoa.
Ontario.
A backward somersault from Aria Reddy.
Wow. Aria Reddy did achieve lead status, but with that fall, January got ahead. Aria Reddy calling it off before either team can score points. Next up on the jam line, we've got Miss Fortinet up next to Shark. Five seconds being called, both teams rolling into place as both jammers are trying to fight up the inside line. A cut being called on Miss Fortinet. This is a power jam for Team Ontario. This might be the first power jam of the game.
It looks like it. The 10th jam of the first half.
Let's see if Team Ontario can catch up to Northern BC.
A good opportunity to close that gap.
Fantastic. Shark running up the inside line. Trish Trash trying to knock them to the end. Did not work. And Shark coming around for more points. Shark trying to fight through Northern BC to pick up more than 4. As Team Ontario prepares for Miss Fortinet's return. This is still Miss Fortinet's first pass, so she cannot score points. Oh, and I stand corrected. She just got through, so she's coming around to be able to score points. Team Northern BC starting with 3 players on the track. That looks like Skatelyn is in the box for a cut penalty. But overall, this has been a pretty low penalty game. I'm going to knock on this table right now. I don't want to jinx it.
We're almost halfway through the first half of this game. Anything can happen.
Team Ontario through. That is Nerdy Birdie for lead. As Wheel Deal is still fighting through that pack. Nerdy Birdie, small fall to the outside, but they just skated around that on that line to get through. Big hit by Pyromagniac, shutting down the wheel deal on the outside line.
Birdie pushing through
And
another lap.
the wheel deal called on a penalty. That's a cut penalty as they were passing the cap. But because they cut before they passed the cap, they are still the jammer. That was really good awareness on the Team Northern BC pivot for giving back the cap and understanding they are not the jammer. Nerdy Birdie calling off the jam. That is an 8-point jam for Team Ontario.
Keeping
11.
Team Northern BC in the penalty box. Sponsored by Genuine.
On that WTDI jam line, we have Shark. This is going to be a power start for Team Ontario. Hopefully a great opportunity to get lead and score some points. This is all D for Team Ontario as Shark follows Hankers into the pack. Juking to the inside, trying to get past those two Northern BC players and gets lead.
Wheel deal back on the track.
Team Ontario pushing her to the outside line, drawing her all the way back and bringing her right back into that Team Ontario wall. Shark coming around for more points, hitting the Team Northern BC wall. We've got both jammers in this pack fighting through. Shark through with another 4 points as the dark wheel, or as the wheel deal. I see wheel, I just want to say dark wheel duck, but he's right next to me. As the wheel deal passes the cap to the pivot, that is number 604. Trish Trash. Trish Trash is your new jammer. Shark just doing laps, racking up those points. Trish Trash fighting their way through. Still on their initial. Penalty being called on Hank. We're going to find out what that is in a second. That was a forearm penalty being called on Hank. And Trish Trash is through their initial. Oh, but could not get points. The Shark called off the jam. That was a 16-point jam for Team Ontario, possibly more. Oh, it's going to be more. It's 18-point jam.
Their highest jam so far this match.
Hard fought. Northern BC calling off a timeout. I just want to remind everyone that later today is the Shenanigans game. You all should come because it's very fun. This Shenanigans game is a fundraising roller derby game with pool-themed quote-unquote rules that can be purchased and played during the game to add some fun and shenanigans. Proceeds go to support CCRD for putting on Flat Track Fever every year.
There will be a lot of chaos. Once again, a reminder, you can also get your Chinook City merch table. Over at the Chinook City merch table, you can get your raffle tickets, $2 a piece donation. Current prizes are 4 general admission tickets to Callaway Park and 2 different prizes from Creepy Creatures Canada, the Lucky Bear, and a painting.
We've got about 12 minutes left in this half, but during that halftime, why don't you go check out some of our vendors? We've got Alberta College of Massage Therapy, Bad Girlfriend Skates, Calgary Junior Roller Derby and Calgary Roller Derby, Creepy Creatures Canada, Derby Girl Chocolates, Friday Socks, Full Mobility Chiropractic, Myolab, Move More Osteopathy, Nerd, Phoenix Fudge, So Proud, Queer Grift Co., Untamed Fernie, and Valmira Delights.
Just about to jump into the 13th jam. We have Aria ready for Team Northern BC and Nerdy Birdie back up for Team Ontario.
Are you ready? Running up that inside line and a big hit to Pyromagniac. I have been hit like that. It sucks. It really hurts.
Aria ready, taking that lead jam.
Number 042, that's writer's block, getting a failure to return penalty. as Nerdy Birdie, star in hand, passes to Pyromagniac. Pyromagniac is your new jammer for Team Ontario. That was a really smooth pass. I wouldn't have noticed it if I hadn't been looking right at it. Are You Ready picks up another 4 points and quickly calls off the jam before Pyromagniac can get to the back of the pack. That was a 0-8 jam for Northern BC.
Looks like we have a 14-point spread as we approach 10 minutes left in the first half.
Miss Fortunate lining up next to January as the whistle blows and both jammers are off. Looks like a bit of chaos in the pack, but Miss Fortunate comes out on top. Lead jammer. Lead for this jam. Some offense being played by Writer's Block as they come out of the pack. As Miss Fortunate. I've lost them. Oh, there they are. They're on the inside. Trying to run up that outside line. As number 10, who is January, who is not your jammer. Is your jammer at this moment, gets called for a cut. That means this is a power jam for Northern BC.
Chance to close that gap. 10-point spread at this moment. And now
I've been so enthralled in this play that I didn't even notice there was a lead change at some point, right? Am I crazy?
Maybe.
You know what? It's not for me to know. Miss Fortunate fighting up the outside and another 4 points for Northern BC. And it looks like January is, I can't see the
back on the track.
Back on the back track. Nice. And there's been a cat pass. That means that your new jammer is number 3-1, Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. That being said, Team Ontario has not made their initial pass, so they are not scoring any points. Wow, big jam for Team Northern BC. And now we have a lead change. I did notice it this time. 63-65, Team Northern BC. Mixer a lot and Wheel Deal lining up on the jam line and fighting their way through the pack. Looks like Mixer a lot getting through for lead as Trish Trash was Northern BC's final line of defense.
A very close game.
Wheel Deal sneaking up the inside line. I saw that face. You didn't think you're going to get away with it, did you? And Pyromagniac playing some offense for Mixerlock. Oh, they thought they stayed in, but they did get called by a cut. Or for a cut by Kurtz. We love you, Kurtz. That means that this jam is going to go for a full 2 minutes since Mixerlock was the lead jammer and lost that status when they got called for a penalty.
Just over a minute left in this jam, the 15th one.
Mixerlock trying to follow their offense. That looks like Trish Trash. But got caught on the inside line. Couldn't quite get out in time. And being pushed to the outside by 1-6. Sports Collection. Oh, as I say that, Sports Collection got called on a forearm.
Still only 9 skaters on the track.
The Wheel Deal coming around to get more points. As Mixerlock goes to the box again. There's less than 30 seconds in this jam, which means they will start the next jam in the box. Wheel Deal fighting up the outside, trying to follow their offense,
Taking
but
advantage
getting
of
pushed
that
to the inside.
trying to take advantage of those last few seconds with this advantage.
Sports Collection coming in from the box real quick as that jam gets called off. Comes to its natural conclusion. Team Northern BC has a couple seconds to kill before their jammer can come in.
Taking a look at penalties currently that have been experienced this match. 1 for Writer's Block, 2 for January, or 1 for January, 1 for Sports Collection, 1 for Halloween, Season of the Witch, 2 for Mixer-a-Lot, and 2 for Hank for Team Ontario. Team Northern BC, 1 for General Discomfort, 1 for Wheel Deal, 1 for Trish Trash, 2 for Skatelyn, 1 for Left Hook Lola, and 2 for Miss Fortinet.
No one in penalty trouble quite yet. Again, I'm going to knock on wood. Number 363, General Carnage in the box for, I think that was a forearm. And Nkari for I don't know what yet. That was a 3-2 jam for Team Ontario. Two players in the box for Northern BC, one player in the box for Ontario. It's looking pretty sparse out there. That looks like January, if I saw correctly, lining up next to Are You Ready for Northern BC.
Oh.
And we're off. Aria muscling up the middle to get lead. I think Aria has gotten lead every time she has jammed this game. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's Dirty Birdie or Nerdy Birdie. Aria ready, coming around for more points as Birdie comes around, also looking for some points. Hops the inside line. Oh, but gets called for a cut. She did not land in bounds.
Power jam for Team Northern BC.
I speak from experience. You do not want a power jam with Aria on the track. Team Northern BC playing some coordinated offense. A big fall from Aria, got up super quickly and through with no point, with 4 more points. More coordinated offense from Northern BC as Aria comes around and runs.
Nerdy Birdie back on the track.
Number 042, Writer's Block, being called for a multiplayer penalty. Birdie is, I think, eligible to score points right now. So every hip they pass
Aria
is 1 point.
pushing through the pack and quickly calling the jam from the ground.
Team Ontario managed to score 2 points in that jam to Northern BC's 18 ?
Timeout called by Team Ontario.
15 points by Northern BC.
Got a few seconds left, so once again, take a quick shout out to our sponsors. West Legal has sponsored both tracks at Flat Track Fever this year. Huge thank you to them. The Penalty Box by Genuine, been seeing a lot of action. Pivot Line by WFTDI Canada, and the Jam Line by Full Mobility Chiropractic. Once again, we'll mention the Shenanigans game later tonight at 7 o'clock. If you're looking for even more chaos in your roller derby, this is a fundraising roller derby game with pool-themed rules that can be purchased and played by the audience. They can be added to the game for some fun and shenanigans, and all proceeds go to support CCRD for putting on Flat Track Fever every year.
I think of those powers like Mario power-ups. You can play them at any time.
I like that.
That rolling whistle signals that the game is now back on. Miss Fortinet lining up for Northern BC next to January for Team Ontario.
just under 3 minutes left in the first half.
Miss Fortinet diving right into that Team Ontario wall, trying to follow their offense. Oh, but a jammer race. Oh, I jinxed it. I jinxed it. Miss Fortinet fell. Still a jammer race, just less close. As January, it looks like, is thinking about calling it. Put their hands down. Scored 1 point, if I counted correctly. Yep. And called off the jam. Sometimes a 1-0 jam is a win. The score is 73 Team Ontario, 90 Northern BC. This is still anyone's game. We love to see a close game here.
Our jam line featuring Shark from Team Ontario and Wheel Deal from Northern BC.
Shark out with lead as Wheel Deal still fighting through the Team Ontario wall.
A minute and a half left in this first half.
Skatelin in the box
Shark.
for a cut.
Shark just dipped around the outside edge.
We love to see that. General Carnage also going to the box for a multiplayer.
Ooh, Shark
Ooh.
sneaking around the inside edge for another 4.
Just going for a Sunday skate. Looks like barely got touched.
Closing that point spread towards the end of the first half.
Some amazing offense being played by Pyromagniac, just holding that Northern BC wall away from their jammer on the outside line.
Moment ago, Shark just danced around the outside edge again for another 4 points. And another 4 points.
Looks like the Wheel Deal returned to the box and passed the cap to Trish Trash. Trish Trash is now your jammer for Team Northern BC. There have been a lot of cap passes this game, which is always fun to see. I love when teams take advantage of that rule. Trish Trash fighting through the Team Ontario wall. The Shark keeps getting hit to the inside line and recycled all the way to the back of the pack. Pyromagniac hitting Trish Trash to the outside. Trish Trash going all the way to the back of the pack, trying to make sure they do not get a penalty.
Shark making it through again.
And Trish Trash is just past Pyromagniac. They scored 4 points for Team Northern BC. 1 point. And it looks like that Team Ontario just passed at least one of the Team Northern BC jammer or blockers.
That is the end of the first half of Team Ontario versus Team Northern BC.
And if my math is right, yep, we've got another lead change. This is a close game, folks. You want to be sure to stick around.
22 points from Shark in that last jam of the half. Impressive, the highest jam of the entire half. We'll be back in 15 minutes, but a quick shout out. This is a great opportunity to go visit some of the vendors here. On track 1, we've got the Alberta College of Massage Therapy, ACMT. They've got on-site massage students to help ease those aches and pains from on and off the track. We've also got Derby Girl chocolates, fun derby and non-derby themed homemade chocolates. Friday Socks offering purposely mismatched socks. Full Mobility Chiropractic on site to treat skaters and officials. Be sure to book your appointment today. They are offering a Flat Track Fever special, which includes $50 treatments and custom-made orthotics for $300. You don't want to pass up these amazing prices. Also on track 1, we have Move More Osteopathy, here to connect with the roller derby community regarding movement, recovery, performance, and overall quality of life. Pop by their booth today to learn more. Oh, and they are offering glitter tattoos. I saw people taking advantage. We also have Nerd Gear and Accessories. Having issues with your skates? See Projectile for a little skate maintenance. Also on track 1, we have So Proud, the Queer Gift Co. They have queer-themed tees, hoodies, and other accessories. All designs are family-friendly and celebrate pride and the queer community. Untamed Fernie designs made for the busy woman who wants to look and feel fabulous. Untamed focuses on creating everyday clothing that is practical and comfortable while also being fun, flattering, and unique. Each piece is enhanced with a special touch by collaborating with local artists, printing their artwork onto fabric, and incorporating their designs into the creations. And also, we have Velmira Delights. They have gluten-free snacks. We'll be back in just over 10 minutes. Just over a minute left in the intermission before we jump into the second half of Team Ontario versus Team Northern BC. Quick reminder, you can get your raffle tickets over at the Chinook City merch table. $2 donation will get you an entry for a chance to win 4 general admissions to Callaway Park, or 2 different prizes from Creepy Creatures Canada. They currently have the Lucky Bear and a painting. I'll also mention, if you're finding the regular seats a little too uncomfortable, you can donate $5 and sit on the extra comfy couches over there.
It is being auctioned off. But jump on the couch and in the middle of the game. With 20 seconds left in the intermission, it looks like we have Arya ready for Northern BC, lining up next to Nerdy Birdie for Team Ontario. I lied, it's Trish Trash. Is it?
This actually, I think this is the end of the last. I don't think they updated.
JK. Arya ready and yeah, Nerdy Birdie?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. JK. Nerdy Birdie through for lead. This is the first time that Are You Ready has lost lead jammer this game.
Are You Ready still making it through the pack?
Nerdy Birdie with a quick call off before Arya can even make it to the pack. I want to say 3 points for Team Ontario. Yep, 3 points. I should probably stop predicting how many points. Ignore me.
A very close game after the first half.
Yeah, we've had 2 close games back to back. The last game, it was the Deers versus Dam City, was extremely close as well.
One in the final jam.
I was yelling. Miss Fortinet out for lead against Jamuary, skating for Team Ontario. Lots of Northern BC players in the front, but Jamuary skates around, stays in bounds as Pterosaurus Rex tries to hit them out. Tries to get some points, but Miss Fortinet calls off the jam after scoring 4 points.
Jumping into the second jam of the second half, we have Shark representing Team Ontario and Wheel Deal for Team Northern BC. Shark, Wheel Deal.
Whistle being blown. Shark trying to tiptoe along the outside line, but loses balance, falls out of the bounds. Has to recycle back into the Team Northern BC wall. Meanwhile, the Wheel Deal fighting their way in the front through the Team Ontario wall. Shark through with lead, skating around for points. Forearm call being called on Team Ontario. I think that's Pip. Shark being pushed to the inside line, recycled around as the Wheel Deal comes around, trying to score some points. Both, again, as I was saying, Shark through with 4, and the Wheel Deal through with 4. This is an evenly matched jam so far. Shark being hit to the outside by Beaver Dammer. And a big hit on Sports Collection. Shark stuck at the back of the pack as both jammers are trying to fight through this tight pack. Shark tiptoeing through the inside line. That can't have been easy. Scores 4 points and calls off the jam. That was an evenly matched jam. That means that both teams scored 8 points, kind of canceled each other out.
Still a 1-point spread, a very close game, and a high-scoring one.
Mixer a lot lining up on the jam line for Team Ontario next to Are You Ready for Northern BC. 5 seconds called. Everyone getting into place. That was a false start being called, which means that they don't have to report to the box. They just have to yield. It looks like Halloween did make the very easy mistake of reporting to the box. They got told they don't need to go to the box. They just needed to yield and return to the track. Are You Ready? Calling off the jam after scoring 4 points, nickel and diming it.
That's a lead change.
You are so right. That is a lead change. That's very exciting. Take a sip of whatever you're drinking. I'm drinking coffee.
We have for our jammers Miss Fortinet for Team Northern BC and January for Team Ontario for the 5th jam of the second half.
January stepping out of bounds, but no one went to recycle her. She was able to step right back in bounds and get lead. Jammer coming around for some points as Miss Fortinet battles that last Team Ontario blocker, that 17-01 pip. January gets as many points as they can and calls off the jam. That's 2 points for Team Ontario. Once again, a 1-point game.
Just over 24 minutes left in the second half. The jam line featuring Mixer a lot and Left Hook Lola.
If you are just tuning in, it's been about this close the entire game. I think the biggest lead that any one team had was something around 40 points, and that might be overblowing it. Left Hook Lola with the lead. See if she can run away with Team Northern BC's lead. As Mixer a lot fights that Team Northern BC wall. No pack being called, which means that all blockers have to disengage with contact.
Looked like a jam pass from Mixer a lot to Sorry Not Sorry.
4 points and jam called off by, I've already forgotten who that was. Left Hook Lola for
Northern
Team
BC extending their lead by a couple of points, but still a very close game, only 5 points.
Nerdy Birdie lining up next to Are You Ready? This is a matchup we've seen lots today. Also being called, and Nerdy Birdie out with lead. See if they can score some points. Are You Ready? Still stuck in that Team Ontario wall, trying her best. No pack being called. That means that all of the skaters are too far apart.
Birdie pushing through.
4 points for Team Ontario. Aria tiptoeing on the on the inside line. Coming around, this is the first time she can be able to score points in this jam. Oh, but Nerdy Birdie calls off the jam before Aria can get to any points.
And that is another lead change. Back to Team Ontario in the lead by 3.
If you're not watching this game, you should be, because it is anyone's game at this point. Casting spells, potion of watch this game.
On the jam line, we have Shark for Ontario and Miss Fortinet for Northern BC.
Miss Fortinet at the top of the pack with a whole gaggle of Team Ontario blockers.
Ooh, Shark pushing through.
Shark's making this look easy. I know for a fact it is not easy. Ooh, big hit by... I'm spacing out on names. General Carnage. That was General Carnage. Shark doing a little crossover along the outside, going around. More points. General Carnage with the star now. General Carnage is your jammer for Team Northern BC. That was a star pass. Shark getting pushed to the outside line and a quick call off. All 4 points awarded to Team Ontario for that pass. Team Ontario racking up comparatively a bit of a lead in this game, more of a lead than we've seen in a while.
But it has been so back and forth. We've seen at least 3 lead changes, I think, this half already.
At least. Nope. Go.
We've got Wheel Deal jamming against Jamuary. Jamuary fighting for lead, pushing through.
Wheel Deal cap removed. Still trying to push through the Team Ontario wall. January trying to push through the Team Northern BC wall. 4 points.
January pushing Team Ontario's lead.
There has been a cat pass.
Trish Trash trying to fight their way through.
Some explosive offense being done by number 6'5". That is Tianosaurus Rex. Trish Trash through their initial, but the jam gets called before any points can be scored by Team Northern BC.
Ontario pushing their lead to 19 points. Still 19 minutes left in the second half.
Nerdy Birdie and Aria Reddy, classic matchup in this game. Aria Reddy is out, but Nerdy Birdie not far behind. This is the jammer race. Oh, and a jammer hit. Jammer on jammer crime.
Aria pushing through.
Two failure to reform penalties being called on by each team, or one on each team. That's General Carnage, and I cannot see the number of the other one. But those failure to reform penalties are tricky. It's when there is a no pack call, and you still are blocking, and you do not rejoin the pack.
There's 2 penalties on Team Ontario. Hank and sorry, not sorry.
Aria Reddy around with 4 points, as Nerdy Birdie is still fighting through the Northern BC wall. Pushed to the outside by those Northern BC blockers, and my brain has shut off. What is that called? It is an apex jump. A big apex jump by Aria Reddy. Aria starting to rack up those points. That's a 20-point jam so far.
And that is another lead change.
Why not at this point? Oh, but Nerdy Birdie is through with 4 points. That's another lead change.
Twice in one jam.
And Aria is through with another 4 points. That's another lead change.
A third lead change.
This is a close game, y'all. Aria signaling for her blockers to go, go, go. Northern BC stopping to play some defense on Nerdy Birdie. Aria calls off the jam. I think that was a call off and not a natural.
It was both timed out and called, I think.
Sure, we'll take it.
25 points for BC and 10 for Team Ontario, that jam.
What did we say was the biggest jam?
That was the biggest jam right there for Team Northern BC. Aria Reddy getting 25 points. So far, Team Ontario's largest jam by Shark with 22 in the first half.
Is this the biggest of the game or of the tournament?
I didn't.
Misty? Oh, okay.
Possibly.
Shark through with lead for Team Ontario. Trying to run away with that lead as Miss Fortinet gets recycled to the back of the pack. Shark pushed to the outside by 114 General Discomfort. And Miss Fortinet gets recycled the exact same way by the pivot, Curly. Shark barely staying in, tiptoeing on the outside line, and is through with 4 points as Miss Fortinet is still on her initial. Recycled to the back of the pack on the inside line. And there has been a cap pass. Your new jammer is Tyrannosaurus Rex. That means that Miss Fortinet is blocking for the rest of the jam. It's always fun seeing a jammer block. See what they do. Shark skating around the outside. Another 4 points. And some offense being played by 4-4 and Curry. Oh, but a penalty being afforded to Ann Curry. That was a directional block and a cut for Tyrannosaurus Rex. That is a power jam for Team Ontario.
We've just passed the halfway point for the second half of this game. Been a lot of back and forth for both teams taking the lead.
Team Ontario getting the goat in the back of the pack, but is called before they can do anything with it.
We've got a pretty busy penalty box, once again, sponsored by Genuine. Of course, our other sponsors, we have WFTDI for the pivot line, Full Mobility Chiropractic for the jam line, and a big thank you to West Legal for sponsoring both tracks this year at Flat Track Derby. That is a huge, huge deal.
January fighting up the front, trying to make the most of this power jam. Recycled to the in by Northern BC. Some offense trying to be played by Team Ontario. Panda being called on a failure to reform penalty. As Tyrannosaurus Rex re-enters the pack and makes their initial pass. January coming around for first points of the jam. Some very strong offense being called by Sports Equipment. No points being scored by Team Northern BC. 4 points being scored by Team Ontario. I'd like to take a second to thank our officials for this game. We've got Graffy, Noah Fallon, Kurt So Good, Dr. Death, Short Fuse, PH Demon, and Pterodactyl. There's a timeout being called by Team Northern BC, so I'm also going to talk about our non-skating officials. We have Birdie, Stitch, The Mystic, Potato Masher, Cat Scratch Fever, Phoenix, Quacker Smack, Judgmental, and Badger.
And just a reminder, if you're finding the regular seating a little uncomfortable, for $5 you can go sit on the extra comfy couches over there. Also goes towards donating to CCRD.
And if you're feeling lucky, you can grab raffle tickets available by a $2 donation. The tickets can be collected at the Chinook City merch table, which I think is just at the entrance of this track.
Yes, they've got the blue tablecloths. Current prizes are 2 different things from Creepy Creatures Canada. They have the Lucky Bear and a painting. There's also a chance to win 4 general admission tickets to Callaway Park, which I think is not quite open for the season yet, but will be soon.
Could not tell you.
Regardless, I went there a ton growing up.
I've never been. I'm a bad Calgarian.
What?
I know. Well, even if you don't win, you're winning because you're spending money on a good cause.
Absolutely. Jumping back in, we've got Nerdy Birdie against Aria Reddy at the jam line.
Are you ready? Toe stop running up the inside line. Pass Pyromagniac.
Nerdy Birdie not far behind.
Jammer race. Jammer race. Jammer race. both teams trying to play offense and defense at the same time.
Aria snagging a few points there before calling the jam. Singular point.
I'm going to go run and see if I can figure out what this official review is being called on. I'm going to go run and see if I can figure out what this official review is.
A timeout has been called. We'll take a chance to shout out some of our vendors here. Throughout Flat Track Derby at both tracks, we have Alberta College of Massage Therapy, Bad Girlfriend Skates, the Calgary Junior Roller Derby and Calgary Roller Derby have a booth, Creepy Creatures Canada, Derby Girl Chocolates, Friday Socks, Full Mobility Chiropractic, Myo Lab, Move More Osteopathy, Nerd, Phoenix Fudge, So Proud, The Queer Gift Co., Untamed Fernie, and Vilmira Delights.
It's so loud. I have no idea what they just said. I saw mouths moving, and that's about it.
We'll also remind you, later tonight, 7 o'clock, is the Shenanigans game. If you didn't think roller derby was wild enough, this is a fundraising roller derby game with pool-themed rules, which means the audience can purchase and play rules during the game to add some fun and shenanigans. All proceeds go towards supporting CCRD for putting on Flat Track Fever every year.
It looks like that official review was not retained, which means there was no change. Whatever they were officially reviewing, the call stands.
Team Ontario leading by 23 points.
But there's still 12 minutes left in this game. It's still anyone's game. Mick Surlot sled pushing the Northern BC pivot that's just trash and getting through after out of play call was called. Holly Ween getting called on a clockwise block. Mixer a lot through with 4 points. This looks like a really physical jam. Lots of big hits going on. Left hook Lola getting hit to the outside, recycled all the way to the back of the pack, but fought their way back to the front again as Mixer a lot meets the Team Northern BC wall in the back. This is a very spread out pack. I see some bridging happening. Oh, out of play being called in the front. This is Lola's initial pass, so that means that she's coming around 4 points. Whole bench yelling for Mixer a lot to call off the jam. Looks like they called it off before Team Northern BC could call any point or to get any points. Cutting it close.
The lead pushed to 31 points for Team Ontario. We have seen a lot of lead changes this game, so anything is possible. Next jam line featuring Shark and Miss Fortinet.
Miss Fortinet sneaking on the outside for an easy lead as Shark gets hit to the inside and recycled back by, I can't see. And that's okay. Shark also recycled to the in. Is that General Carnage? Yes. Miss Fortinet on the outside, scoring 4 points.
Working on closing that gap. Another 4 for Miss Fortinet.
Skating on the outside every time, just sneaking on past. Shark through her initial, coming around 4 points. Some coordinated offense by Team Northern BC, trying to get their jammer some points before Shark can get any.
Miss Fortinet calling it, not risking Team Ontario catching up.
Looks like it didn't work as well as they had hoped. 2 points for Team Ontario, 1 point for Northern BC, but Northern BC did come out on top of that jam. 2 points to 9 points for Northern BC.
Now a 24-point spread.
I just want to shout out the Evil Mischief's new logo. It's super cool and I love it. Are you ready? Blowing through some of that pack and skating up the inside line. Lead jammer for Team Northern BC. Nerdy Birdie is still fighting through the Team Northern BC wall up at the front. Are you ready? Getting called on a cut. That means that it is a power jam for Team Ontario, and this jam will go for the full 2 minutes. Team Ontario lining up for some coordinated offense for Nerdy Birdie. It looks like they got a goat in the back. That is a very common strategy to just control pack and take one more person off of the track. Trish Trash, first line of defense against Birdie, as the rest of the Northern BC wall envelops the Team Ontario jammer. Aria ready. The Team Northern BC jammer just got another penalty. It's an illegal procedure penalty, which means they did something wrong. I didn't really catch what, but that means they're going to sit for another 30 seconds. So that's a full minute of sitting. Nerdy Birdie coming around for more points as the pack is set up in turn 4. Nerdy Birdie pushing the 2 Team Northern BC blockers up to the front, trying to get a no pack call or an out of play call. Oh, something happened. Aria is back on the track. They might have canceled out that illegal procedure. I'm not totally sure, but I think that she left earlier than I was expecting, for me personally. You're so strong.
Team Ontario pushing their lead a little bit by 7 more points. Next up to the jam line, we have Wheel Deal for Team Northern BC.
Official review being called by Team Northern BC. I assume it has something to do with Aria going to the box at some point.
We'll take another opportunity to remind you of the Shenanigans game later tonight at 7 o'clock. It is an extra wild derby game where a fundraiser with pool-themed rules that can be purchased and played by the audience during the game to add some fun and shenanigans. All proceeds going to support CCRD for putting on Flat Track Fever every year.
I just want to give a shout out to the Team Northern BC coach. That's Schemo. He just got back from Orleans in France playing in the Men's Roller Derby World Cup. It was super fun to watch. There's a bunch of players from Team Canada here today. Go give them a high five because they did great.
Just under 7 minutes left in the second half after this official review is completed.
Blockers congregating by the WFTDI Canada pivot line as the jammers are already lined up by the Full Mobility Chiropractic jam line. January jamming for Team Ontario as Wheel Deal jams for Northern BC. We've seen a lot of both of these jammers quite a bit this game. Looks like a legal contact, perhaps, for Sorry Not Sorry.
I believe that's 3 members of Team Ontario on the bench at the moment. An opportunity for Northern BC to make up some of that distance.
Red headed for trouble, a one-person wall. Trying their best. Pyromagniac back on the track. And Beaver Dam going to the box for multiplayer. And Wheel Deal.
4 players for each team on the track.
Wheel Deal recycled to the back, but through with 4 points. This is a 20-point game. And we've seen 20 points can be scored in just one jam. Pyromagniac.
25, in fact.
Indeed. Pyromagniac, your new jammer for Team Ontario, trying to score some points as Wheel Deal comes around, calls off the jam.
It's all of a sudden a lot closer of a game. 16 points.
Yeah.
With just over 5 minutes left in the second half.
Oh, Pyromaniacs sneaking 1 point into that jam. That's very exciting.
We've got Shark and Miss Fortinet on the jam line. A timeout has been called.
Well, it's an official timeout. They're talking about something. We are here on track 1, where you can find the Alberta College of Massage Therapy. Oh, wait. I have Alberta College of Massage Therapy. Friday socks, Derby Girl chocolates, full mobility chiropractic, move more osteopathy, and nerd on the. Oh, I lied. There's more. So Proud, Queer Griffco, Untamed Fernie, and Fulmira Delights.
For gluten-free snacks.
Go check them out. Ooh, Shark with like a nice little half spin move.
Busting through.
Awarded them a cut.
And off to the bench.
Brutal. Miss Fortinet, jammer cap back on, sneaking up the inside line. They are not lead jammer because Shark already got lead jammer and then lost it through that penalty.
Another chance for BC to play catch up.
This is a really important jam for BC. See if they can do stuff with it.
A very exciting game.
Some offense being played by Trish Trash. They're back, controlling the pack in the back as Miss Fortinet tries to push the Team Ontario wall back up. Pip pushing Miss Fortinet. Ooh, that's a
Apex jump, did you
apex
call it?
jump. It looks like it was not successful. Shark had to recycle back into the back of the pack, but it looked pretty, so that's what matters. Miss Fortinet in the box for a cut. This now gives Team Ontario the chance to really run away with that lead. Shark scoring for, no, I think that was her initial.
First pass.
First pass. So now she's going to come around, try and score some points. Put Team Ontario in more of a lead, really solidify that lead for the last 3.5 minutes of this game.
Searching for 4 to make up the difference.
Push to the inside line, I think by Trish Trash. It's kind of far away, I can't tell. But we're going to say that it was by Trish Trash.
Miss Fortinet back on the track.
Team
as
Ontario.
well as Sport.
Ooh, big hit by Pip. That was a very low scoring jam considering it went for 2 minutes.
Intense, but Northern BC gaining 3 on the spread.
This is a 14-point game. Still anyone's game with about 3 minutes left.
Jumping into Jam 19, we have Left Hook Lola and Mixer a lot. Sorry, Jam 18. Nope, Jam 19. I was right.
You're better than me. I don't even look at that. Lola up with some explosive movements in the front, trying to push through with Redhead for trouble and Holly Ween getting called for a failure to return penalty. As Mixer a lot comes through. Oh, I didn't see their jam cap for a second. I got scared. It was hidden. Really quick call off by Left Hook Lola. See if they got any points. Yes, they got 3 points for Team Northern BC.
They are just nickel and diming their way up the difference there.
And God bless them for it. That's a very, very valid thing to do.
11 points with under 2 minutes left.
I'm stressed. I'm scared. Arya with a rolling start. Jamming for Team Northern BC, and that is Shark back on the line for Team Ontario. Both jammers have been very successful this game.
Arya fighting through.
I saw
Get
Arya
another lead jam.
call a cut before the ref saw it. Shark tiptoeing through, doing a little pirouette to the inside line. Aria scoring 4 points. Coming around.
Aria
And
calling the
calling it.
jam. Another 4 points caught up. 7-point difference now.
Nickel and dime indeed. There are 50 seconds left in this game.
Likely our last jam coming up.
Official review being called.
Another timeout. So we will once again give a shout out to our sponsors. Of course, West Legal has sponsored both tracks here at Flat Track Fever this year. Huge thank you to them. The penalty box, seeing a lot of action, sponsored by Genuine. The pivot line, WFTDI Canada, and the jam line, Full Mobility Chiropractic. Much needed for all of our skaters, I think.
Bradass at Full Mobility Chiropractic has saved my life multiple times at this tournament specifically. If you're feeling a little crickety, go see Brad.
A reminder that this is your last chance to buy tickets for this round of prizes for the raffle. I think the next round come out at around 12:30. So for $2, you can get a raffle ticket to get the 4 Callaway Park admission tickets, or the 2 different Creepy Creatures Canada prizes. One is the Lucky Bear, and one is a painting.
Rolling whistle signaling the end of that timeout. This is a close game, y'all.
Very, very close. We saw 3 lead changes in one jam.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Are you ready? Lining up for Team Northern BC with Shark lining up for Team Ontario. Again, both of these jammers have been very successful. We will see if Team Ontario can
Aria
lock it
taking
down.
the lead.
Shark still stuck in the back of the pack, being recycled.
This could mean everything.
Aria running up the inside. That's 4 points. Team Northern BC bench going crazy. Aria coming around for more points.
Pyromagniac sneaking through with the jam change.
And I think that might have been enough for a last-minute lead change. I'm seeing Kurtz with 4 points in the air. We'll see. It was a last-minute lead change.
Wow. Stealing the win in the last second. While reviews happen. While we wait to hear the MVPs of the game, we'll once again shout out all of the various vendors here at Flat Track Fever. Here at Track 1, we do have the Alberta College of Massage Therapy, ACMT, for on-site massage students to help ease those aches and pains from on and off the track. We also have Derby Girl Chocolates, fun derby and non-derby themed homemade chocolates. Friday Socks, offering purposely mismatched socks, some really fun designs when I poke my head by the booth. Full Mobility Chiropractic on site to treat skaters and officials. Be sure to book your appointment today. They are offering a Flat Track Fever special, which includes $50 treatments and custom-made orthotics for only $300. You don't want to pass up these amazing prices. Move More Osteopathy, here to connect with the roller derby community regarding movement, recovery, performance, and overall quality of life. Pop by their booth today to learn more. Oh, and they are offering glitter tattoos. Nerd, with gear and accessories. If you're having issues with your skates, see Projectile for a little skate maintenance. We have So Proud, the Queer Gift Co., with queer-themed tees, hoodies, and other accessories. All designs are family-friendly and celebrate pride and the queer community. Untamed Fernie, with designs made for the busy woman who wants to look and feel fabulous. Untamed focuses on creating everyday clothing that is practical and comfortable while also being fun, flattering, and unique. Each piece is enhanced with a special touch by collaborating with local artists, printing their artwork onto fabric, and incorporating their designs into the creations. And of course, Velmira delights with gluten-free snacks. We'll go. And if the teams could send someone over to give us the MVPs of the match, we would be very appreciative. After, of course, your photos.
Tell us who beat you up.
I'll stay here.
I'm gonna grab 10. Oh, it's awesome. Okay.
We've got our I will catch up with you. No worries, Kibo. You have designated adults. You've got the names. All right, our MVPs for the match. For the most valuable jammer on Team Ontario, we have Shark. A little trophy here for you. Then, for the jammer for Northern BC, we have Miss Fortinet. Our most valuable blocker is Red-Headed for Trouble for Team Ontario. And we have Trish Trash for Northern BC. Stick around for your group photo.